Hello everyone! Welcome to another exciting episode of 10 Dead Rats, a mashup of original D&D and Warhammer Fantasy. I'm very excited to not have to announce that anyone's missing tonight. Woohoo! That almost happened and didn't happen.
That's suspicious.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
Very
worry,
excited.
everybody's fine.
Yeah.
Cross that one off the list. Don't have to announce that nonsense. Let's see. Do I have any other general announcements to make? I don't think so. I should open up the chat so I can see if we have any exciting chatters joining us tonight. Though I apologize to anyone who anyone who's active in the chat. Often I am so distracted by the running of the game, I don't think to read or respond to the chat. So, apologies. That was a lovely mixed message from me, your GM. You're welcome. Okay, so we've been discussing a little bit of the party's party ambition. So, as you know, in the 10 Dead Rats rules, all XP is given out by ambitions. Each player has a personal ambition, which we expect them to achieve in about 2 or 3 sessions of play. The party also has a group party ambition, which we expect them to achieve anywhere from 6 to 12 sessions. So that's usually a longer-term goal. And I've been giving player awards as we go. The most recent player party ambition was to find the lawyers in Bogenhofen, and we've now come to realize that perhaps those lawyers don't actually exist. So I'm giving the party half credit for actually getting to Bogenhofen. So that's 50 XP to every player.
Oh,
does that bring anyone up to level 3, which is, if I
400?
That's at 400. I'm only at
Did they-
305, so I still have a ways to go.
Great.
I'm only at 300.
Yeah, I'd expect, so
very
you guys are probably reasonably close to each other if I've done things correctly. So I'm guessing everyone's in the 300-ish range.
Oh no, I'm only at 275.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, Max. Better
Heck,
catch
yeah.
up.
Yeah, I don't think you did any
you're-
personal ambition while we were shopping.
My new personal ambition is to not find the lawyers in Bogenhofen. How is that?
Excellent. Excellent. Your
Nailed
personal ambition that I have currently, Max, is to become a renowned surgeon in a 1-block radius.
That is true.
Excellent.
I still
Very
feel
good.
confident about that.
So, would the party at this time like to set a new party ambition? And I'll remind us all that we can change the ambitions arbitrarily. At any point, either a personal ambition or a party ambition can just be dropped wholesale and you can take on a new one. Feel free to do that whenever you want.
Yeah.
How do we feel about killing whoever made us come to Bogenhofen and catfished us?
I think we already killed him.
I forgot.
I think we did it.
Okay, another one on the book. That's 100 XP. Let's all.
Maybe not. Maybe he was sent by some other guy, but still.
And- If we're not prepared to set one just yet, that's fine. We can move on, and you can see where the night takes us, and perhaps that will lead to the new party ambition.
Well, we discussed this somewhat meta.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we want to.
Yeah. So, I think right. So when we did talk about it, I think the conclusion we came to was something close to becoming a group of badass monster killers. Because we've seen a lot of weird shit.
Badass.
Badass.
I already killed a few monsters, and then there's that whole love affair with the vampire. So
Yes.
we tried to kill, but didn't quite get there. But
Probably.
we did kill those other 2 vampires.
We did
And
kill
when
those
the
other
inevitable
people.
happens, and yet another vampire gets turned on by a weird contortionist dwarf, we can end it.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's true, yeah. We can fend off Yeffy's suitors, if nothing else.
Yeah, that's a great party goal. Can our party goal be fend off Yeffy's suitors?
That sounds a
think
little,
that's-
I don't know. That's there's a lot to unpack with that one. Yeah.
We're gonna have to beat him off with a merc.
All right, great. I'm going to note that your current party ambition is to become badass monster hunters, and we'll refine that as we go because we probably want something that's a little more measurable, so that we can easily say, yes, they have achieved this this goal.
Sure.
Smart.
Because I'm not sure where exactly the line is between shitty monster hunters and badass.
Profound.
Little
Yeah, that's a good
little
point.
subjective.
Yeah.
Okay, with that aside, I will now say it is time for us to jump into another fun-filled, action-packed episode of 10 Dead Rats.
anything.
That's true.
I think I managed to keep the mics not hot this time. So
Great.
I have no idea what you guys just said.
Excellent.
When
That's a shame, 'cause we were
last-
talking about Colleen's personal life again.
When last we saw our intrepid band, they had were enjoying the fest, the second day of the Schaffenfest. Yeffy had met or encountered, shall we say, another dwarf locked up in stocks for public drunkenness named Gottry. Out of the kindness of her heart, she freed him, and he followed the band as they proceeded to go take in the freak show. Once there, unfortunately, the three-legged goblin, the highlight of the show, escaped from his confinement, and hilarity ensued. The Dr. Malthusius, the operator of the freak show, offered Bruno 50 Carls if he would go and retrieve the goblin. The party then proceeded to attempt to rob Dr. Malthusius while he was distracted with the authorities trying to report the crime. They to not very much success, I will say. Unfortunately, the watch had thought to post some guards, and so the party withdrew from that endeavor. They did, however, make it out with a one-eyed dog.
Yes.
So
that's
Indigo now
Wow.
has a one-eyed dog following him around.
What was the dog's name?
Patches.
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 Yeah, that's good.
Bruno proceeded to get drunk and have a conversation with the justice. The party then finally got back together and hunted down the lawyers to discover that the lawyers perhaps don't actually exist and that they had been catfished. Finally, at a loss for what to do with themselves, they returned to the festival where they discovered a wrestling ring, and Indigo became the new wrestling champion, defeating the champion, winning a fairly good-sized purse, and deciding perhaps he would stick around at the wrestling ring for a while yet. And that's where we'll pick up. You'll excuse me for a moment as I adapt my intro here. I will say that Yeffy, Bruno, and Trebbiano, seeing that Indigo has bested the champion and intends to stay there, all move away from the wrestling ring for a bit to go and find some lunch. A nearby pie cart, or perhaps one of the beer tents calls to them, and their stomachs growling, the three of them proceed to go grab some food. Indigo, meanwhile, preparing, is just too nervous, perhaps from the excitement of the wrestling, decides to forego lunch, preparing himself for the fight, for the next upcoming bout. When you hear Indigo, you're sitting there in the ring, mentally preparing yourself, thinking about how you're going to work this new role as wrestling champion. And you hear someone off your right side with giving a gentle sort of attention gathering. Looking over your shoulder, you see an elderly looking gray bearded gentleman in long formal black robes that you recognize as the Justice, who was previously seen. Has been seen throughout the festival, operating a sort of makeshift court for any festival infractions that may occur.
Herr Judge, what can I do for you?
It is Justice Richter, if you don't mind.
Justice.
You can see he's carrying a big heavy book under his arm, which perhaps some may recognize as a book of laws that he has quoted at various folk for their infractions, of course, across the course of the festival. You there, young man. You have done very well for yourself, beating the local champion at the wrestling ring. My congratulations, sir.
Thanks. I hope to remain champion for the rest of the day.
Excellent. Can you tell me, sir, where did you come across that unusual animal sniffing at your heels?
Well, I went to the freak show, and he just sort of followed me when I left.
Indeed. I've heard certain accusations that perhaps an animal such as this was stolen.
I mean, can one even steal a dog? The dog
Well,
believe if anything,
one
the
can
dog
certainly
chose to
steal.
leave.
Anything that can be lifted and carried away can be stolen. Certainly.
Right on.
He kind of leans down and whistles at the dog. And the dog trots right over to him obediently, and he gives it a little scratch behind the ears. It seems it's interesting. I wouldn't have put this together, except that the crime was reported to me by a rather drunk, bald-headed halfling. Perhaps someone you know.
Perhaps that does sound familiar.
Indeed. It's actually that halfling that I'm looking for. I am easily willing to overlook the dog. He is certainly a friendly animal and willing, it would seem, to come to any who call. If you could perhaps help me locate the halfling in question.
What about, if I may ask? Is he in trouble?
No. It is perhaps a business arrangement I have for him. Are you his
Bodyguard. Say bodyguard.
I mean, we work together.
You work together. Excellent.
Yes.
And what is your business?
This and that, transport, personal protection, general exploration.
Excellent. You're just the fellows I wish to speak with, then. Please, take me to this, if you can. I have some business for you. It might be profitable.
Of course. I'll sort of, stand up and try to look over the crowd. Can I see Bruno anywhere?
You can. In fact, you saw him just recently. You watched the whole group of them walk over to that pie cart over there to get some pies for lunch. And you remember thinking, maybe I'll join them, and then you decided against it because you were feeling a little too nervous about the upcoming wrestling bouts.
Okay.
But you still see them standing over there as you sort of crane and look,
Yeah.
over the crowd.
Right over there.
At least you can spot Trebbiano.
Right.
It does taste better when you can fit the whole pie in your face at once. Just
I think that is an illusion, but I am glad you believe in something. No, exactly.
So, Indigo, do you bring the...
I'll lead the justice over to
Excellent.
the rest of the gang.
These
Excellent.
horrible people.
So the three of you having some lunch there at the pie cart. Actually, so you have a few minutes to order some pies, and everybody, please make me not everybody, not Indigo, but everybody but Indigo, please make me an intelligence test.
It's a 5 for good old Trebster.
6.
I also got a 5. So at least our grouping was excellent. Yeah.
Excellent.
I don't know what's in these pies, but it's delicious.
Gods.
So the three of you are completely distracted, eating your pies, discussing what you will do with the remainder of your afternoon, perhaps. You do, in fact, actually, as you're standing there at the pie cart, you start overhearing a couple other customers who are also eating pies. They seem to be discussing the strange state of the moon last night, and a man. A prophet or a self-proclaimed prophet who was saying something about the moon last night. They're a little far away. You're getting fuzzy details, but apparently there's some guy who was making proclamations about the moon last night, and there was something interesting about the moon last night. That's the most you get when suddenly Indigo comes up behind one of you and taps you on the shoulder. Who do you tap, Indigo?
Absolutely Bruno.
Okay, great. See, Bruno gets tapped on the shoulder. Bruno, looking over your shoulder, you see Indigo standing next to the Justice, whom you may or may not remember.
No, I remember him. He's from when we let that drunk dwarf free.
Okay, excellent. The halfling. Very halfling in question. I don't know.
Yes.
He
and
does
my other
look
companions, and I'll gesture to Trebbiano and Yappy.
Excellent. Yeffy, are you in the backpack?
Am I in the backpack right now? No, I think I got out of the backpack for the fight, and I'm
Excellent.
I'm out of it right
You're
now.
not eating a backpack and you're not eating a pie in that
An
backpack.
entire pie. No, I'm out of the backpack. Her hat,
Excellent.
floppy hat, and her finer robes that she absconded with.
Excellent. Well, he looks down at you, Bruno, and he's, well, he's a little plump, I'm afraid. He might not work. But perhaps there's still something that can be done.
No, that's fair. It's just been one slight after the other in the past couple of days, so I get it.
I'm sorry. Perhaps you don't remember, Mr. Halfling. I am Justice Richter. He holds out his hand to shake it with you.
Okay, I transfer my really messy pie to my other hand, and I shake.
Excellent. He shakes your hand and then kind of. Perhaps you don't remember coming by my desk last night and making certain claims, and you were looking.
Maybe?
You were looking for a halfling, female halfling physician who's.
Oh, yeah. Just another despair in the sea of life's.
Yeah, I have some
miseries.
information about her, but before we get to that.
Oh.
Before we get to that, I actually have a business proposition for you and your friend here. Sorry, who are these other two persons?
Oh,
We work together.
my platonic friend Yeffy.
What?
Hello.
And,
Hello, sir. He says.
Oh no, ma'am, it's a lady dwarf. Yeah.
I'm terribly sorry. Forgive me.
Happens a lot, yeah. And Big Trebs, he carries a backpack, so
Excellent.
he has a bird. Yeah, I think it's a bird, or is it a fish?
I professionally tolerate this little man. Nice to meet you.
Excellent. Nice to meet you as well. And are you all? Are you a mercenary band of some sort? Is that correct?
You can say that.
Yes, the fighting.
We don't have a name yet.
I am a man of faith.
I see.
I am a devout worshipper of Manan.
Oh, that is good. There's we have a temple of Manan here in Bogenhofen.
What?
Oh yes. Yeah. Indeed, you should visit it.
Okay. Sorry.
But I'm sorry, Mr. Halfling. What was your name again?
Bruno Finebottom.
Bruno.
Fine Bottoms of Mootland,
Excellent.
AKA excellent rears,
I was
gentlemen, scholars,
Dr. Malthusius told me
high
of you.
makers. Oh, yeah.
You remember the gentleman?
Oh, yeah, I was definitely not drunk for that part, so.
He told me that you might be willing to attempt to retrieve his stolen or absconded creature.
Oh, the dog? Oh, the goblin.
Not the dog. I don't care about the dog. The
I mean,
three-legged
the dog,
goblin.
it's a regular dog. It's our dog, yeah.
Here's the problem. It seems to have made its way into the sewers under the city. And several witnesses saw it happen. Several of our fine citizens here of Bogenhofen, and they're quite concerned that such a creature would be loose underneath our city.
Yeah,
So I'm looking for someone who would be willing to retrieve the beast. Or kill it, or whatever, I don't care. I just want it out of the sewers. I'll pay.
Let's we should huddle up here, gentlemen.
Oh yes, please.
Adventure.
I shall perhaps peruse the pies while you discuss.
Oh,
They're great.
yeah, they're pretty good. I think this is a finger bone, but it's no big deal.
Pretty heavy.
Okay, everybody's gonna crouch down a bunch here. Yeah. There we go. All right, perfect.
Turbiano
Yeah.
bends at the knee so as to make it look very strange.
How to talk to short people. So this guy's probably scamming us like everybody else, right?
What?
Right?
What are
He's
you
gonna
talking
say
about?
he's gonna give us money, but we're not gonna get anything, and there's no goblin, and life has changed.
We saw the goblin with our own eyes. This is the justice of the area. What are you talking about?
I haven't actually heard anything about money. Did he mention money? I'm normally good on that. I normally hear that part, but I didn't hear any money.
Said money. And also, Malthusius, that
He's-
guy, said 50 gold crowns for the goblin.
He did, but he's also a terrible person.
Yeah, but, you know, if he has 50 gold, we were going to steal from him, so it's not like we're blameless here, you know.
But this guy didn't say anything about giving the goblin back to the guy. Just wanted him out of the...
Get it out of the sewer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Should we... Okay, let's find out how much money he's offering.
That's right. That's right.
Indigo.
Justice.
Ah, yes.
We're interested in your proposition. How
Excellent.
much of a pay should we be expecting?
Well, I have it in the budget to give to pay such a endeavor 50 carls.
Oh,
Now, if we could find 2 goblins, we could get 100 carls. Yeah.
great. Or do we? Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes. Yes. We accept.
Yeah.
Excellent. And again, now I'll remind you, I do not care what becomes of the creature as long as you can prove to me that it's been removed from the sewer.
Huh. Okay.
Very good. I know that you might have another proposition from Dr. Malthusius, which is between you and him. And nothing to do with this.
Nice.
Great.
Hmm.
So, well, excellent. How do we get access to the sewer?
Ah, well. Well, we can look at the grate where it disappeared. Or I can assign a watchman to take you around in the city. We could find there are certain entryways from the streets down into the sewers that are perhaps easier to navigate.
We may as well start where it went down,
That sounds.
I guess.
That's where I would start.
All right.
Very good. You know where to find me. I'm going to return to my stall and deal with other issues that arise through the course of the fest. But if you need me, or if you need the watch for any reason, please come by, and assistance will be forthcoming.
Great.
A pleasure doing business with you. Did you no? Do you have a name? A company name of your mercenary
no.
band?
We don't.
Very well. Very well. I shall write simply Indigo et al.
Perfect.
Opens his book and inscribes something.
Oh,
Yeah.
so official.
Very good. I look forward to news of your success. And with that he turns and leaves.
Well,
Great.
it's not a barony or whatever, but
50 gold crowns is 50 gold crowns. Great. Go to the sewer.
all right.
I guess we head back to the sewer grate where the freak show was.
Okay, so
I
if
get a
you
bunch
recall-
of extra pies before we go, so I can drown my sorrow.
Excellent. You buy some extra pies. They cost 2 pennies apiece.
Great. I have
Excellent.
6 of them.
Great, 6 pies.
A lot of pies.
You return to the site of the freak show, where you recall 2 of the wagons and some canvas had been set up to create a sort of semicircle around where the show was, up against the outer wall of the city. When the creature escaped, somebody spotted it slipping through a grate in the base of that wall. So you head over there, and you can see now that the canvas has been pulled down, and you can see that it looks like the wagons are somewhat packed up. A lot of the parts of the show have been kind of dismantled and put away, and you can see the dwarf Yeffy that you saw here working here before, kind of disgruntledly moving about and picking up pieces of gear and apparently packing them into the wagons.
Oh. Did y'all just watch him put the stuff in? Wait.
Okay. Yeah, he's going about his
normal.
business. Seems to give you little regard. It'd be very easy for you to get up to the wall if you wanted to. Again, as all the canvas has been pulled down, The two wagons have been kind of pulled side by side, so both of their backs face the same way, so he can pack things in. And one of the wagons he's got wide open, and he's just packing things in. The other one appears shut up with actually a fairly large lock on the back door. But the one that's open, you can see him packing gear into.
And that's where it was a grate up against the wall of the city. Is that right?
Yeah, so the wall, at the base of the wall, there was a little, a small grate with like little metal bars, and one of the bars had been rotted or bent or broken, as you recall. It looked very small.
Can we find that grate again?
Yeah, you go over there and poke around the wall looking for the grate.
Yeah.
Sure. You head over there and you poke around, and eventually you find it. It is indeed, I mean, first of all, the opening would be way too small for any but possibly Yeffy or Bruno to fit through. Never mind the fact that it's set with metal bars, one of which appears to be rusted and broken and bent to the side. It's surprising that even a creature as small as the goblin was able to shimmy through here. And Bruno, you looking at it understand perhaps now what the Justice was getting at when he called you plump.
I can fit down there.
Oh.
I just gotta suck it in.
And then what?
Well, then I'll find the goblin. No, I'm not gonna do it on myself. I'm kidding. I would never. I only have 1 hit point left. I'm not gonna.
Oh, that's right.
It
Wait, should we go find perhaps a different surgeon that maybe we know to heal you?
No,
No?
that's offensive. Yeah, I feel pretty confident.
You
All
just
right,
said said you had 1 hit point left.
I'm a full hit point away from death. So I'll sidle down there. I'll look for a more human-sized entrance that's close by, so that we can start as close as possible to where the goblin started.
We could also just
Do
look
that
for
from
that up here.
Out here. Yeah.
We could do that. That's true.
Yeah. And so if the goblin is, for example...
But I want to prove I'm thin enough. Damn it.
Oh, okay.
Well, can't stop you.
If you want to crawl into that gross, dark hole alone, Bruno, be my guest.
Yeah, I've heard that one before. All right, maybe we should find a more amenable entrance. Are we gonna? So I take one of the pies and I drop it down the hole in the grate.
Okay.
Now we'll be able to find exactly where to start from. And I can have a little snack when we get there.
You are a vile little man.
Maybe we could both go.
Yeah, why isn't the contortionist fitting down the drain?
Because Bruno's yapping again.
If you want to go down, that's fine. Don't step on my pie.
We could split up. Trebbiano and I could go get a guard and find a regular-sized entrance in, and you two could shimmy down this hole.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That seems like what an official monster hunting team would do. Split up.
Great.
Alright, I'm going down the hole. I'll catch
Good
you.
luck. Don't die of disease.
What? She's already like trying to squeeze herself in. Pulling the bars aside and putting her skinny body in, like her legs sticking out and her arms over her head.
Great. So long.
Excellent. Yeffy, roll me an agility test, and you may use your contortionist skill.
That is a 13. I don't know if that's good or bad.
So Yeffy wriggles down into... Where is the map I'm looking for? Wriggles down into the hole, and indeed, has to move her limbs in ways that the rest of you find quite shocking. In order to fit, she kind of tries a couple different approaches, and then ends up going sort of one leg through, and then kind of bending her arm back around her head, and shimmying her body through, and then like just her head and one foot are sticking out. She wiggles a bit, and then finally drops away from sight. Yeffy.
There's a sickly popping sound when she's doing it too. It's like squeezy.
Triviano puts his hands over his eyes.
Yeffy, you wriggle free. You got a 13, was that right? Total?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you wriggle free, and you manage to get through. And there's the final like bloop, and you vanish, and you realize that there's a bit of a drop on the other side, and you fall with kind of a thud and a scrunch. You take a point of damage from hitting the rocks hard, and you feel this mushy something gross underneath you that you've landed on.
Sorry, Bruno. Pie. But I'm okay.
Damn it. Fine, I just pull out a different pie and start eating that one. Whatever. Okay, well, alright, catch me! And I jump down the hole? How well can I fit?
You will be very surprised if you fit at all. You can make an agility test to try and squeeze through.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Bruno, I got you. Don't worry. I'm not eating the pie. I just fell on it, you know.
That looks like a... fit... Hang on. Agility?
Yes, agility, please.
Fit...
And Max froze up
Froze.
in the
I think
moment
he said
of...
15.
It looked like
he
it
also
wanted
said
to be a
15.
15. Looked like it wanted to be a 15. So, Bruno goes in head first, arms first, legs first, his bottom sticking out, and he gets wedged solidly into the hole. And Indigo and Trebbiano, you hear a muffled. Excellent. Max, we lost you just as you were telling me
Yeah,
the
my
number you rolled.
my Skype crashed. Perfect.
Yeah,
Good timing.
That's great. Excellent.
Well, what did he roll? I missed it.
Yeah, what did you roll?
Oh, sorry. Oh, you didn't even hear that part. Well, that's
You
excellent.
you rolled a. we think maybe it was a 15.
No, it wasn't natural. No, it was a 15.
Excellent.
Nice.
Excellent.
Good listening. Yeah.
So indeed, head first. Bruno pushes his arms through, goes head first, and gets solidly wedged in the hole with his legs in the back kicking.
Yeah. Okay. Kick my bottom. Push my bottom.
I'll push him.
Push it.
Roll me a strength test, Indigo.
You look like you're stuck.
I'm stuck.
19.
Definitely stuck.
What'd you get, Indigo?
19.
19. Indigo plants his boot on Bruno's bottom and gives a hefty push. There's a moment where you can feel like the scraping of the metal bar scraping against you, Bruno, and then finally pop, and you go through, rolling forward. Yeffy, are you trying to catch him or just getting out of the way?
I am trying to catch him.
Okay, great. Roll me an agility test, Yeffy.
Oh no, this is a pretty long drop.
9.
9. Okay, he crashes on top of you, Yeffy. The two of you, he thuds right on top of you. The two of you roll and realize now, even though it's quite dark down here, and Yeffy, you've been staring back up at the hole, which is a little bit of sunlight coming through. So basically, that's all you could see. You kind of had stars in your eyes as he blots it out briefly, and then comes falling through. Lands on you. The two of you roll backwards a little bit and fall into something wet. And the odor just hits you like a wall. This foul smell of human refuse as the two of you splash into a foot or so of disgusting filth.
But we still wind up in like a compromising position, like our faces right next to each other.
Yeah.
It's so familiar and yet so gross.
Oh, you know, I kind of forgot this was a sewer.
What did they eat? I hope it wasn't the pie, because that's gonna suck later. Oh,
Jesus.
Oh, you got stuck. Did you dislocate your hip? How are you doing? You okay?
No, I'm good. Yeah, Indigo just gave me a big kick, which technically I asked for.
Ah, that smells so bad.
Ooh,
Can you
that's
see that?
poop then. Is that what we're... It's poop. I'm just gonna come to terms with the fact. Hang on. Okay, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it now.
That's perfume in the backpack.
No, that's not necessary.
I don't have it with me right now. It's in the backpack.
Because it actually would have been nice, but...
Yeah. But then it would have smelled us.
How you two doing down there? Did you make it?
You smell.
Yeah, we're good. It turns out that there's a bunch of poop down here, because it's a sewer.
Yeah.
I've come to terms with it.
Did you not know that when you were going down there?
I didn't really think. I just kind of blindly dove into the grate.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
It sounds like you.
I have not come to terms with it.
Yeah.
Maybe vomited in my mouth a little. Super gross.
No, not just in her mouth. Not just. Okay.
You need a lantern?
I do have a lantern. Oh, that's a good point. I rummage around in my poop-covered bag to pull out my lantern.
Excellent. So your bag you can see actually dangling from the broken
God damn it.
pipe or bar of the opening as you squirm through, and you realize that only you have come through, and what was on your person, your bag is hanging there. It's about 6 feet up.
Okay, Indigo, gently drop my bag down. I'm gonna stand beneath it, okay? Gently
Lower
drop
it.
it down.
Great, you ready?
I'm ready.
Great, I'm just gonna unhook his bag from the edge of the grate.
I just slowly...
Excellent. Bruno, roll an agility test.
Ooh, 20.
Okay, you managed to catch it.
Huh.
Nothing breaks.
Ooh, well, that was a little scary. All right, now I pull out my lantern and light it.
Excellent. You light the lantern and reveal that indeed you are in a narrow tunnel. You can see that there is little, very small stone ledges on either side of it, and then there's a central channel which you are standing in that is about a foot deep of filth. But it does look like there's these narrow ledges on either side where you could walk along and not be standing in the filth.
It's a little late, but I guess I step out of the filth.
Yes. Up above, Indigo and Treviano, what are you two doing?
Well, I guess we should join them.
No, I do not think we can.
Well,
Yeah, there's absolutely no way either of you will fit through this hole.
not through this hole, but we should go find the other entrance.
Yeah, like sanitarily. Outside those. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, great. All right, head into the city, you two. We'll meet you down there.
Okay, perfect.
Yay.
And let's go to the justice to collect a guard.
Bring some napkins.
To sewer entrance.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
Excellent. Okay, very good. Great. I am looking for this important map that shows me the sewers. That's the one I'm looking for. Okay. Great. Okay, so let's get a map up, shall we?
I'm surprised they were both so willing to just jump into a horrible cesspit like that. But,
Really?
I don't know.
Okay,
I thought that would be the line where they would draw, you know? I thought that would be it. I thought jumping into a horrible cesspit blind would just be one step too far, but
Because there wasn't even any money down there.
yeah.
Where exactly are you headed? Treviano and Indigo. Where are you going?
The judge, right?
Yeah. We're
Okay, you go and find the tent that is set up with the large table in front where the justice is seeing to matters. And there's a couple watchmen standing around. The justice sees you and he's talking to somebody, and he actually puts his hand up to stop them, and he motions for you to come on over.
Oh.
Welcome. Yes, you need some assistance
Yes.
in your quest. Yes. What can I do for you?
We need a watchman to show us all the sewer entrances in the city.
I'm not surprised. Jens, come here. Show these two to the nearest sewer entrance. Lower them down and help them in any way they need. Yes, sir. So watch me. Oh, come on, follow me. And he leads you around the south and into the town. Mm-hmm. And he leads you up a street fairly close to the wall where you saw. You're like a good block in. On this map that we are looking at here, if you imagine that you are sort of coming up the street with the house number 10 on your right, and around number 8 is where Bruno and Yeffy are. Nice. He leads you right around there. Actually, let me check my map. Actually, he leads you up into this. Nope. That's my cursor doesn't show. That's interesting. Okay, he leads you up the street a little ways into an open courtyard that a bunch of buildings look out into, and you can see that there is a small round manhole, and he lifts up the metal cover, and he says, "Oh, here it is. You need help getting down? You got rope or ladder or something?"
I've got rope.
I do not have ladder, sorry.
Yeah. I'll tie the rope off to something and toss it down into the manhole cover. Into the manhole.
Great. Yes, there is a. You look around, you find a post of that you can, like a lamp post that you can tie it off to, and you toss the rope down. And it's all right. Well, well, as long as it's open, I've got to stand here and watch it, and make sure no idiots fall down. So give me a holler if you need anything.
Well, all right. Thanks. We have some of that perfume, right, Treviano?
Yes, I believe Yeffy kept it in your backpack.
Oh, great.
Shuffle it off my back and take out the perfume.
I'll sort of take 2 pieces of cloth and apply heavy doses of the perfume.
It's very good. Thank you.
Wrap it around my face and hand one to Treviano.
Wrap it around my face and put the backpack back on.
Excellent.
And climb down this horrible hole.
Time to go.
Excellent. It is completely pitch black down there.
I will light my lantern.
Okay,
Nice.
You light your lantern. What are you doing with that lantern?
Oh, I mean, I'm gonna climb down first. Or, I guess, Treviano hold this and then pass it down to me.
Sure.
And then I'll
Okay, so
just climb
Treviano's
down
holding the lantern,
with darkness.
looking over the hole, as Indigo starts to plunge down about 7 feet of straight vertical shaft. You can see this stone wall all around you of this circular shaft that you're descending down as you climb down the rope. Soon you feel your feet kick free. You can see there's a darker open space below you, but the light from the lantern doesn't reach. Your own body is blocking the light from getting down there because it's just big enough for a person to climb down this thing.
Oh.
You can feel a wider opening down there, but you really can't see much of anything without the light of the lantern down here.
Great. Can you, tie it on the rope and pass it down to me? It's horrible down here.
Yes, of course.
I'm trying to understand the physics of what you're attempting to do. So you've got a rope that's tied to a lamppost and thrown down a hole. It is now quite taut, as Indigo has climbed halfway down it.
Oh, I can't climb all the way down?
What?
The rope doesn't reach?
You keep climbing down? You tell me. If you want to keep climbing down, you can. So far, you've felt that there's about 7 feet of downward shaft that then opens up into a wider space, and you can feel your feet kicking around in empty space down there.
Oh,
Do you keep climbing down the
Oh,
rope?
okay.
I thought I was at the bottom.
Nope.
Oh man, this is really miserable. I guess I want to climb back up. And I want to see if I can hook the lantern onto my belt or something.
I help him up.
Okay.
And then so I can bring it down with me.
Okay, so you tie it off to your belt. The lantern now hanging there from your belt. It's a little hot against your leg, but you figure you can probably deal with it for the few minutes it might take you to climb down.
Yeah. And then I'll climb back down to that entrance and see what's happening.
Okay, what you can see is so bells open. So you're going down this vertical shaft for about 7 feet, and then it bells open into a wider tunnel below you, and you can see below you this running stream of disgusting filth. And you can see that just below you, it actually looks like it Y's. So it looks like there's sort of 3 offshoots of tunnel. You can see that around the far walls of the tunnel, there's a small stone ledge. Let's see, actually. Let's see if I can... I should have set this up to... Wait, I've got it.
Can't quite make it out.
No, this is gonna take too long. Let's see if I can just sort of show it on. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's kind of shaped like that, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so you're headed down that shaft, and you can see here and here are stone ledges, but right below you is just gross, disgusting filth.
Oh. I
Can
want
you
to try to,
swing?
like, swing to one of the ledges.
Excellent. You start to swing on the rope back
dear.
and forth. You can see, Treviano, you see the form of Indigo starting to swing back and forth down there, the light passing back and forth. And
Are
then,
you okay?
Yep.
you realize, because of the way rope works, as you swing, right, you're up a little higher as you reach the ends. So you're gonna have to like let go and jump, if that's your intention here. To get low enough that you could land a foot, you would be scraping into the refuse at the lowest point of the pendulum.
Jumping sounds risky. I'll scrape in the liquid a little bit in order to safely get to the edge.
Okay, you kind of scrunch up your body. Your legs are you're almost like curled up in like a fetal position on the rope with your legs way up high to try and get as much weight down there as possible without getting your feet into the muck. But a little bit it happens. You start getting muck and now you're swinging. Give me an agility test to see if you can reach a leg out as you reach out to the end and sort of just use the friction of your boot to grab onto the stonework.
That's a 3.
Yeah, you reach out with your boot and you press your foot on it and it just slides. Like the stone is clearly slick and damp.
Oh,
And
God.
it just slides and you're like, oh, this isn't gonna work. And you slip a little bit and you grab onto the rope. And you're now on the rope swinging back and forth and not sure how it is you're going to land onto that nice safe platform on the side.
I'll just step into the muck.
Excellent. You plunge your foot into the muck and it goes about knee deep.
Oh!
Splorch before you
Are these
feel
your
the
nice
bottom.
clothes?
Oh! No, I think I've definitely changed. Oh my god!
What is wrong? Are you alright?
Oh, shall you have mercy? Oh, jeez. Yep, everything's fine, Treviano. Nothing we didn't expect.
Oh, I see. Shall I come down?
Yep.
Is there a way forward where you are? So I assume I know what has happened to you, but
Oh.
is there a way out? Or I want to check that before I go down there. No offense.
Right, there are tunnels leading out of this cistern.
Yes,
Okay.
yep.
Okay. Yep.
All right.
No getting out of this.
All right. Here we go. -1 agility, 6 feet 4 inches.
Just jangly. It's a wacky, wavy, inflatable arm flailing tube man.
And a bird.
And a bird. Perfect.
Okay. Agility.
Yes.
Okay. That would be an 8.
Yeah, you climb down. You you climb down, and so now at this point the rope goes down, and then it is pulled taut at an angle where Indigo is standing, and he's holding the other end of the rope so that you can climb down. You climb down, and as you get close to him, you feel your hands start to slip, and you reach out and you grab Indigo, and you grab onto him, and you just pull him off the ledge, and the two of you go falling into the muck together.
I'm holding, I assume, my bird cage over my head. I've taken it off, and I'm trying to keep it like a
You're
team out of the
holding it up. It's only somewhat splattered.
Yeah, friendly reminder, Trebbiano doesn't wear shoes.
What?
Oh, good. Boy, it's a shame there's a bunch of used hypodermic needles at the bottom of this sewer.
He does wear shoes sometimes. We just haven't found him shoes in a while, so...
Oh.
Rather be honest than not. And here we are. I scrambled to get off of him.
Yeah.
Well, this is the worst thing ever. Yeah. Okay.
50 Carls!
50 cows!
50 Carls!
Alright, I refasten my slightly tarnished, perfume-soaked rag onto my face and head on.
I guess. Yeah, is there a tunnel heading where the wall, in the same direction that the wall is?
Okay, so what you can see is... let's see if I can just do this here and... like so. Okay, so this is sort of a diagram of where you are. You're just kind of standing in the middle of this space.
Great.
So you're right in the middle with the running muck. You can see that there is the wider passage seems to run along parallel with the street that you are underneath. Mm-hmm. So you would assume that also is parallel to the outer wall.
Okay.
The fork. This image is actually completely upside down, so you should be facing downward. So the fork is off to your right and leading. Does that make
Which
sense?
would lead into town?
You're absolutely right. Okay, so there's a poor diagram because it does. The fork sort of angles northerly and out towards the wall. You think?
Okay. I guess I mean, I'm going to climb up onto one of these walkways, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then I guess we go in that direction.
Splap, splap, spap, 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 slap.
Excellent. Covered in muck, dripping, walking along the slick stones. Who's in front?
I'll go
As
in
you
front.
can see, they're about 3 foot wide, so just barely big enough for one of you to stand in front of the
I'll
other.
walk in front. I have the lantern out.
Indigo's in front, holding out the lantern, moving forward. Meanwhile, oh dear, that didn't work. There we go. Sorry about that. Meanwhile, back at the other end, Yeffy and Bruno. Let me give you a description of where you are. If I can.
You ever think we ask for this, Yeffy? Just covered in filth, completely defeated at every turn. Just showing our faces with pie.
Oh god!
Okay. The two of you are at the bottom of a much smaller shaft, barely big enough for you to fit in. Yeffy, you even think like a normal dwarf that you are used to. The type of folk that you used to live with would have trouble in such a confined space. It is just barely big enough for the two of you, and the center channel of it is just running with filth. Clearly, this drain just collects and runs in this direction away from the wall, to what in a direction you would feel is like in towards the town.
And does it go behind us too, or just in the one?
It does
Are
not.
we at, like, okay.
Yeah, this looks like an entry point for, and you can see here and there. You can see holes where a little bit of dribble comes in and lands here, and then runs away from you. You seem to recall that you're on the side of town that is furthest from the river, so you assume any of these channels would generally run in that direction towards the river to
into
escape
the
from.
okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Bruno,
Yeah.
I need you to tell me how much we're getting paid.
Well, that depends on how much we care about the fate of the goblin, because if we show him to the judge and then turn him back into Methuselah, it's 100 gold crowns.
Yeah.
100, gold crowns.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100. I think you should just come to terms with the fact that we're covered in human filth now. I'm just embracing it, you know? Just have some pie. Have a slice of pie.
I'm not having any pies. Slap it out of your hand.
Oh, come on. No, that one's ruined. I do wish I had brought a spoon or a fork or something other than my hands to eat this with, but I didn't, and that's just something we got to deal with.
That was a bad idea, Bruno. Why would you do that? I thought you cared more about the quality of your food. It's one of those things I genuinely liked about you as a person. But now that's gone too. Let's just go through the hole.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just kind of embracing the fact that we're at the bottom rungs now. We're the lowest of the low. We've been scammed. My love left me even after we spoke.
Love left you? The person you're stalking? We're slowly creeping and slinking through the hole while we're doing this kind of stuff.
Why would I be stalking her if I wasn't in love with her, huh?
Who's
then? Yeah.
Oh.
Which of the two of you? Which of the two of you is in front?
Oh God, I have the lantern, so I can go in front.
Finest bottom, my ass.
It's got a big boot print on the back of it. Excellent. The two of you make your way bickering down this channel, and it starts to widen as you go. Here and there, again, you see a little, like just a pipe, right? Just like a small 4 to 6 inch opening where something falls into this channel from above. But it starts to get a little bit taller. You feel like maybe a person hunched over could fit in here. It widens a little bit, and you start to see more of a good stone ledge that you can walk on out of the refuse, which is really nice. And you're walking along, and you start to see a light approaching from the other direction. And you can see, as you proceed this way, you can see also about maybe 50 feet in front of you, which is really just at the very hazy edge of your lantern light, not even really, but you think you can see some dark shape on the wall where there's some other, perhaps another tunnel exit or something, some architectural detail on the left here, but you can also see this light approaching you.
Do we
It's a light.
call out for one of our... Oh, it's you guys, sorry.
They can see our light, asshole.
Oh, sorry, I doused the lantern.
Okay.
So, Trebiani, you think that's them?
We could always call out. The likelihood that it is yet another, humanoid individual down here is very slim. So it is either them or the goblin.
Yep. Hey, Yeppy!
What?
Indigo and Bruno, each of you roll me a d6. On an odd number, the refuse is on your left. On an even number, it's on your right.
Even.
I got
It's on your right. And it is on your left. So you both are on... you're on the same side of the channel, which is good because you're facing each other. But you can also see that across from you, as you start to get closer and closer, about at the point where you're going to converge, it does look like there is a wooden door set into the wall on the other side of the channel.
Huh.
Indigo,
Bruno.
is that you?
No.
Oh shit!
Uh-oh.
The goblin ate him. He's taking his identity.
Yes, it's me, you idiot.
Oh, okay.
I'm covered in filth.
Oh, I was about to say we're covered in filth, but I'm embracing it.
I'm not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm coming to terms with it. I think we've hit our lowest point, so we should really
perhaps-
wallow in it.
We should have the conversation about whether we are at our lowest point later.
Well, then we.
definitely been
Eating
lower
food
than
down
that.
here.
That is disgusting.
What? Oh. Does anybody want any of this pie?
Did you?
Oh, I got like 2 left. Yeffy threw it into the sewer, but
Hey, Bruno, can I see
still
one of
okay.
those pies?
yeah, absolutely. Here you go.
Great. I throw it into the sewer.
Oh, come on!
Don't eat down here.
I got 2 more left. Don't worry.
Oh, I'll take one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely. Everybody should have some. I mean, it's really a lot. Here you go.
I just instantly smush it in Bruno's face. You idiot!
Mm. Well, look, I can still eat this one. Ow.
Anyway, did you see any sign of the goblin on your way here?
No, but you couldn't go the opposite way. It only goes this one way.
Okay. I didn't see anything.
Unless he crawled up one of the poop tubes. We passed a couple of poop tubes.
Do not think he did
poop
that.
tubes.
The tubes you passed were at most 6 inches in diameter, which would have been too small for even the goblin to fit through.
Yeah.
But hey, look, there's a door.
I'm thinking that this door is probably correct.
The goblin built a tiny door down here?
It's a normal-sized door.
Oh. The goblin built a much too big door for him down here?
The goblin went into the door.
And there, so other than the door, we're at like a teed off. So from where
You're in a
where
straight.
Yeffy and I came. Okay.
You're in a straight
But-
tunnel.
Okay.
You're in a straight tunnel. There is a channel of effluent in the center, about 5 feet wide. On either side, there's a narrow stone ledge.
Okay, but Yeffy and I haven't come to the point where Trebbiano and Indigo came from, where there was a Y.
Correct. You have not
Okay,
reached that
okay,
point
we have not
because
reached-
the two of you approach from opposite directions.
Okay, great. Yeah, I mean, if I were the goblin, I'd go in the door.
Yeah, I'll cross to the door.
How do you do that?
I look at the ledge and then look at the gap and then look at my soaking wet boots and then just sigh and clomp through the liquid.
Yeah,
Excellent.
embrace it.
Just cross.
It is 3 feet deep here. You step in and immediately sink to your waist. Swoosh!
That's awful.
50 gold crowns.
Yeah, embrace it.
50 gold
Come
crowns.
to
And,
terms
I
with
will-
it, Indigo.
I'll hoist myself up the other side.
There's
Excellent.
no way we are not getting some
Um,
form of deadly disease as a party after this. I'm sorry.
Indigo, were you holding your
Yeah.
lantern? Okay.
Yeah, I picked up
Roll
my-
me. Let's see. Roll me an agility test. Let's see if you got it up above the normal level you hold it at.
14.
Okay. Yeah. So as you fell in, your instincts kicked in, and you lifted your hand up so that it didn't get submerged in the gross. And you push your way forward, and you feel like there's probably a good amount of rainwater in this, but still your gag reflex is definitely
Rain.
kicking in.
Just a bunch of rain.
Yeah, it's
not.
Yeah, with
Come to
solid
terms with
bits
it,
of
yeah.
floating rain,
Solid rain.
in it,
Solid rain.
and you push your way across. Give me an intelligence test as you reach the other ledge.
11.
Okay, you could see because you're now waist deep and holding the lantern up. The lantern light actually clearly illuminates sort of the stone platform that you're about to try and hoist yourself into, and you can see a little splotch of greenish blood
Oh.
here on the stone.
We've got goblin blood.
Ooh.
That's not good.
What do you do?
I want to see if the blotch is right in front of the door, or
It's on the stone in front of the door. You were heading more or less towards the door, and it's on the stone ledge here.
Okay.
A little drip. You notice it's like 3 little drips, like in a line, leading right across in front of your face.
interesting. I guess I'll just hoist myself up.
Okay. You do so.
Great.
The goblin blood is quickly washed away from the draining of the
Yep.
your clothes.
Well,
So
I mean, I think it's through this door, so come on over, friends.
That's funny. That's great for us people who are much shorter than you.
Oh, yes.
Not strong
jump.
enough to carry both of you. I could carry you in the backpack, but you are going to have to hold the birdcage.
I will hold the birdcage up. Maybe me do piggyback, right? Like maybe I get up on your shoulders and I hold the birdcage?
That's not what piggyback is.
Piggyback?
Piggyback is like backpack.
Well, what's the other one then?
I have no idea what a
Toddler-
term for like
toddler
on your
crawl?
shoulders.
Yeah, that one.
Sure, you can get on my shoulders.
All right.
My
let's
dad
do it.
called it a shoulder ride, right? Shoulder ride, Christian?
I don't know.
Don't remember your childhood. It's fine. Everyone had sad childhoods. No piggyback. Let's just do this. All right, I'm gonna clamber on. Yucky's gonna climb on up. Should be
All
on.
right, great.
It's slippery. Be careful.
And Trebbiano, you plunge in and make your way across.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Okay.
3 feet of me above it, so should be safe.
Yep.
Lowest
Again.
point, Bruno. Lowest point.
What? I'm still on the other side.
Trebbiano, you reach the other side, and Yeffy climbs that off of your shoulders onto the ledge next to Indigo. Indigo, what are you doing over here?
I'm gonna check out this door.
Okay. Roll me intelligence test.
Yeah. 8.
It does appear to. It looks. So wooden door set into a stone arch, rounded on the top. It looks reasonably solid. It does appear to be locked. There's a ring. There's like a ring, but you kind of like gently tug on it a little bit, and you're like, yeah, it definitely seems to be locked.
Huh. Well, this is awfully suspicious. Oh, it's locked. Sorry. It's locked. I can't open locked doors. I don't know if we have anyone with those set of skills.
We do
Bruno,
not.
what are you doing over there? You gotta get over to this side.
Yes, I know this is our lowest point, so I don't want to be a burden or anything. But I am exactly the same height as the water level, I think, and I'm embracing it, but I don't really want it on my face. If you can.
It's already there.
Just jump.
Well, that's just
Catch
pie. Yeah. Are you sure? Because Yeffy said she'd catch me before, and that's the kind of the
I did catch
initial.
your fall. I caught it. You were caught. You were just also on the ground in a pile of poop.
Okay, I mean, whatever. It can't get any. This is our lowest point, so it can't get any worse. So, yeah, here I go.
You can.
Just without
You-
a second thought, I jump across.
You leap across. You try to leap the 5-foot gap from one side to the
feel
other.
pretty
Bruno,
good about it.
roll me an agility test, Bruno.
I'm gonna try to catch him.
Let's see how good of a jump it is. How'd you do, Bruno?
Natural 1.
Bruno makes it about halfway across. He jumps squarely into the center of the channel, sploosh, and begins to gently float down the channel as he comes up sputtering, trying kind of like waiting, trying to not drown.
Oh my god! It got worse. It got worse.
I'll scoop him out.
You reach over to try and grab him. Give me an agility test, Indigo.
I misjudged.
7.
You reach out, but he's floated just past you. Bruno. Now I'm going to get into it. Bruno, do you have the swim skill?
That seems incredibly unlikely.
I agree.
The read-write skill? How does
Nope.
that?
Nope.
I
So
certainly
swim
don't.
is one of those special skills that has its own entry. So if you don't have it, you don't know how to do it.
don't
So
have it.
you're kind of bobbing and floating, and so Bruno's head comes up and splutters and coughs a bit, and he like tries to like just instinctively splash around, but it's just making a mess, and he's starting to move down the channel back in the direction that Indigo and Trebbiano came from. What do you do?
Do you have rope?
No, I do not have. Indigo does. Indigo does. Did we?
Indigo,
Wait, we didn't.
get the
left
rope.
it in the
Go to
manhole.
Get the rope to him.
We don't actually have any more.
I have rope.
Just want to embarrass him. I didn't want to kill him.
I'll take my sword and like scabbard off my belt and like stick it out to Bruno. Bruno, grab the sword.
Bruno, roll me 2 checks, Bruno. I need an agility and a toughness check from you.
Holy God.
Ooh, 12 on agility
Okay.
and 18 on toughness.
Okay, great. Bruno manages to grab onto just the very end of the scabbarded sword as he drifts away. So Indigo is leaning out over the ledge, holding the sword out as far as he can reach. Bruno is hanging onto the end, and Bruno, you're now lifted up out of the. You cough and splutter. You spit what you hope is pie, and you kind of. Hold back the need to heave, and you hang on for dear life, and you're just holding on to that for just a moment. Indigo, roll me a strength test.
Pull me in.
Can
Pull
we
me in.
help Indigo and like grab hold of him and like help center him?
10.
Yes, Yeffy, roll me also a strength test as you grab onto Indigo. Okay, the sword starts to unsheathe a little bit. Also a 10. The two of you lean slowly back, leaning him in, and the sword unsheathes a little bit more, but soon the angle of it sways, and Bruno, you come against the stone ledge, and you're able to then reach over and grab the ledge and let go of the scabbarded tip of the sword and hold onto the ledge.
I clamber up.
Excellent.
And I very dejectedly take the last 2 pies out of my backpack and just toss them into the fucking sword.
Excellent.
Wow, this is not yet worth it. But let us keep going.
Told you it could get lower, Bruno.
No, this is the lowest. You know, you were right. I shouldn't have. I brought it on myself.
Great. Opening this door.
Yeah, I can give it a shot. I think I can try.
God.
Figure out how it's locked, maybe. What?
Yep, you
Bruno,
go
okay?
to take a.
Yep, it's no problem. I'm just gonna pick these bits of poop off of me real quick. You guys deal with the door.
Great.
Yep.
Great.
Yeffy, roll me an intelligence test.
Okay. 17.
All right, Yeffy, you notice a couple things. One is that there's no lock. First of all, it's just a metal ring on this side. You don't see any kind of locking mechanism, no keyhole to put tools in, nothing like that. However, on a stone next to the door, you can see scratched a symbol, and it's one you've seen before. And you're thinking back as to where you've seen this symbol before, and you remember also seeing it scratched on the wall next to Merkel's shop.
Oh shit.
Oh. This is some kind of specialty place. Great. I'm gonna knock on the door and give it a little jiggle to open it.
You knock on the door. You hear a shuffling sound from within, a scrape of wood on stone. And then you hear a voice. What's the password?
Oh dear God.
I'm new in town.
That's probably not the password.
Get lost.
Do you happen to have a goblin?
I said get lost.
Merkel sent me.
Oh shit.
Or Frank. I'm just gonna say all the names I know. But he didn't give me a password because he's not that kind of guy. He doesn't give out free information and everything. Yep, he's just talking at the door like a weirdo.
Yep. You don't hear any more. You continue to talk, and there's no response.
Do you mind if I try, Effie?
You may, sir. Please try with your wonderful skill set.
Indigo will walk forward and just start pounding on the door. Just start really like going to town on the door. And after like 5 or 6 really good knocks, he'll stop and shout, "We just want a goblin! Have you seen a goblin?"
After that, you hear. Actually, roll me intelligence test, Indigo.
Sure. 12.
You hear a faint noise, like a ratcheting, clanking, and then you hear, "No! Now I said, get lost."
Great. I will step to the side of the door and sort of like wave everybody to the sides, because I think we're about to get shot with a crossbow. And then I'll like reach around, pound on the door just like a couple more times, and say, "I know the goblin's been here. Just tell us where it is, and we'll get out of your way."
We ain't got no goblins. Bugger off.
He says they don't have no goblins.
This goblin has been here. His blood is on your doorstep.
Blood on your doorstep. That's a cool mercenary name.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'll give you a gold crown if you just tell me where it went.
So Nico, the door's not locked either, so we could just.
We just open it. I mean, okay. So do we think these assholes have the goblin?
I don't know. Maybe they're goblins. I don't know.
I mean,
Well, they clearly they're part of the same gang as Frank and Merkel, right?
I think no. Well, I think maybe they're just bad people, or maybe they're just thieves. Because it could be a sign for a group of other people. Be like, hey, these people are thieves, or it could be a sign. This is my special party gang. It could be either of those.
But did we see this? We saw the symbol in front of Merkel's.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Tell them we have some stolen goods for sale.
We got some stolen goods out here for sale. I mean, hot items. You know what I got? I got some nice, cool jewelry for you off of a baron, a very rich, possibly undead baron. But you know what? Hot stuff. Also, a very large ring. I don't know what to do with it, but it's definitely something expensive and nice. I would love to hawk it, love to give it to you guys, love to show you what I got. I got also this weird thing from dwarves, don't know what it is, don't know what it does, don't really want to talk about it. Could be a family heirloom. Who knows? You could know if you open the door and don't kill us.
Excellent. Are you standing in front of the door as you say all this?
No, I'm to the side of the door, like Indigo told me.
You're to the side of the door.
Good
okay,
dwarf.
so Indigo's on one side of the door, Yeffy's on the other. Where are Bruno and Trebbiano?
I am behind Yeffy.
Away.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I
So I'll
can't
assume
speak.
Trebbiano's behind Indigo. You hear a sliding sound like wood being shifted or pulled or dragged along stone. And then slowly the door, you hear the squeal of a slight faint squeak of a hinge as the door pulls inward a bit.
Nice.
And you see a little bit of light come out from the open doorway. And a voice calls out, "Step into the light so we can seize you."
Oh dear.
You're gonna shoot us.
Damn right.
Oh.
Just
What?
just tell us what you saw with the goblin. All right, that's all we need to know. Nobody needs to get hurt here. I know the goblin was here.
What about our hot goods?
I take one of my hot rings I got from the Baron's jewelry case and I just kind of toss it into the slot.
You toss
Nice.
it in. Tink, 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 tink.
I believe you actually have hot goods. That's what are the odds?
It's pretty good. I mean, Yeffy's been seeking out hot goods pretty regularly.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be damned.
You hear
This
a
should be a
different.
useful skill.
Yeah, you hear a different voice now. All right, boys. All right. Lower 'em. Lower 'em. Let's talk. You, the
Hello,
one with the
Tom.
ring. You, the one with the ring. Come on around. I promise we won't shoot.
All right, well, I'm putting my trust in you, and my compatriots here got my back, so don't be double-crossing. And I slink one slinky contortionist arm around the door, wait, push it open a little bit more, and slink through like a...
The door, as you reach around, you feel that there is no door. That the door has been pulled open. So at
Oh,
this
okay.
point, the door is fully open. It pushes into the room. You can all see the light spilling out from the doorway into the hallway or into the tunnel that you're in. You slink around. You finally poke your head around. You can see what looks like a basement, right? A stone room, stone walls, no windows. The only light is coming from a lantern being held by one of 5 men who are standing in this room. You see a short, wiry man with a big bushy mustache standing there holding the lantern, and he is flanked by two guys holding crossbows, both pointed into the open doorway. Another guy holding what looks to like a big wooden 2x4 piece of 2x4, and the fourth one has got actually a sword drawn, and he's holding a sword. You can see the room is filled with crates and boxes, and you can see a staircase leading up. The small man holding the lantern says, "All right, you got my attention. You don't know the word, but what the hell do you want? A goblin? I ain't seen no stinking goblin. Who
Well,
are
it
you?
would have been a 3-legged goblin would have come by here. He was
A
bleeding
3-legged
outside.
goblin?
Yeah, 3-legged. Got 2, 3 legs. Don't
That
ask me
sounds like
what
crazy
3-legged.
talk to me. Why the hell would there be a 3-legged goblin in my cellar?"
It escaped from the freak show up at the festival. Came down with these grates.
Yeah, okay. And it can somehow get through a barred door.
No, we assumed you opened the door or it maybe slid in. I mean, he got through with a little grate.
Did it know the secret word?
Well, maybe you weren't here at the time.
Maybe, yeah.
Did it have a ring? And you see he's now holding the ring in his other hand.
No, but that's a nice ring, isn't it?
Yeah, well, this ring gets you not shot. And he puts it in this waistcoat pocket.
Very good.
Well, where else would a goblin go down here?
I don't know. I don't keep goblins. Look, I run a business. I'm a businessman. I move things around the city.
Do people complain about the smell?
Who's gonna complain? Maybe if they want their knees broken.
They've embraced it.
So
Yeah.
they're kind of forced to take the goods. What kind of goods you got? Sorry, guys.
Who are you again?
Hi, I'm Yeffy.
Yeffy. I'm Bauman. Franz Bauman.
Franz
Bauman from the Bronx.
Franz Bronx.
Listen. You don't know the word. You bring me a ring. That's something. I don't know who you are, though. I don't think I should trust you. I'm not going to shoot you, but I think you'd better turn around and pretend you never found this place.
That's such a missed opportunity. I'm so sorry to have bothered you. But that's a good point you bring up with the door and the goblin. It's just, unfortunate about that goblin and stuff. I'm kind of curious about what you got. And I'm also curious to know if there's any other rings or small pieces of jewelry that you may be interested. And she just kind of lifts up her robe and there's like just some chains and like jewelry hanging. Just, in case anything that we could partake of.
Where did that come from? you definitely have his attention at this point. Where'd you get that?
Does that particularly matter? I mean...
Well, I gotta know how much, where it could be disposed of, how much, how hot is it? Who's looking for it?
So hot.
It's a bit hot, but it comes from the Orlok estate, which has been kind of dead for quite some time.
Orloks? Is that that ain't one of the merchant families from Bogenhofen?
No. Nope.
I never heard of the Orloks.
Yeah, then that's a good thing for you and your business.
They got people in Bogenhofen?
Not that I'm aware of. I got these goods out near Alsdorf.
Altdorf, you say?
I'm looking around the floor to see if there's any goblin blood.
Give me an intelligence. Give me an intelligence test.
Well, that's unfortunate. I nat 20, which means I'm a 19.
Excellent. So you're glancing around the floor and you're not seeing any goblin blood, and you keep looking around, and you look out, and you can just barely see like Indigo's boot poking around the corner of the doorway, and you see a little bit of goblin blood out there on the ledge, and it's kind of further down, like it's further down the ledge away from the door, like leading perhaps back that way, the way that you and Bruno were traveling.
Huh.
That's a bad sign. Okay,
Wait,
great.
the way Bruno and or Yeffy and I came from?
Yeah, we
No,
never really
no.
searched for the goblin when we got down there.
Yeah,
We
that's
started
true.
figuring.
Correct.
Dear Christ.
Yeah, but you don't see anything in here. One of the men leans in, and he kind of whispers slightly into the ear of this bowman. You hear something about somebody's territory, something. The Kislevites.
Ah,
Oh, jeez.
yeah, we're friends with them. They're great.
Yeah, that's...
Friends.
Yeah.
That might not be a good thing, actually.
You know what? If you don't want the items, that's okay. I was just a bit...
Hey! No need to rush here. I mean, they look good. They look good from here across the way. Listen, tell you what. The basement is no place to be doing this kind of business.
Okay.
You get yourself cleaned off. All right, seriously, like take a bath, take two. Do me a favor. Huh?
Okay, yeah, that's nice. Thank you for the advice.
You come around. You come around the cross pikes after you've had maybe 3 baths.
We'll
I do
talk.
have some fine bottles of perfume, though I get the sense my friends there have used it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Look, step on out. I'm gonna close this door. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. Maybe later today if you've had time to take a bath. But maybe at night. You come after dinner to the Cross Pikes. We'll do some business, all right?
Okay, well, it was great meeting you. Thank you so much. You were wonderful. You crossbow guy, you have it going on. I'm going to leave now. Bye.
As you step back, they heave the door. The door slides shut, and then you hear the scrape of the bar that you realize is now that one guy was holding the bar being slid back into place. Thump.
So Yefty, did they have the goblin?
No, they don't have the goblin, but the goblin's back from where Bruno and I came from. I see the blood right over there.
No, it's the other direction. It's the direction you were headed.
Oh, it was the direction we're headed. Okay.
Yeah,
I
you
was
saw a
gonna
little
say maybe we should have looked for
drippy.
the goblin a little bit, but
Yeah, we should look for the goblin a little bit, but we got kind of distracted because Bruno kept eating pies.
In the horrible sewer. Great.
I
So-
remember when I had pies to eat.
Yeah.
Back
So it's
before
back
our
where
lowest
Treviano
moment.
and I came from.
In fact, you're standing right over it, Indigo. As Yeffy points down, you realize that you're standing right over a spot where there's a little drip of blood, and it does look like it's leading down this ledge back in the direction that you and Trebbiano came from. And now you're on the opposite ledge that you came down because you've crossed over.
Right. Great.
But you see that.
And
Let's
those
call it
guys
that.
seem nice. They could meet with us later if we want to talk to them about hot items. But
I'm glad you're making friends down here, Yeffy. That's-
There's a silver
That's good.
lining. I like
Yeah.
the part about the bats.
Yes.
The bats?
Let's go find that stupid little thing.
Are there bats down here?
Babs.
that
I grab Bruno and I dangle him over the edge.
Hang on a second. Actually, I'm embracing it. So
Ugh.
oh Bruno.
Let's go.
I don't know how to. I yank him back in, but like upsettedly.
Excellent.
How do we get to the place that we're trying to go, guys?
Yeah.
I think we can just walk down the path, right?
Is there a path?
We're just on the opposite side that Trebbiano and I were on, which is why we didn't see the blood.
because of the door. I got right.
Yeah, yeah.
Across from the door.
makes
Yeah.
sense.
Okay.
When we cut lantern. Yep.
Yeah. So we
All
head
right.
back towards that cistern.
You
Yeah,
head
cool.
you head back. Who's in the lead?
I'll take the lead.
All right, Indigo's in front, holding one of the lanterns, followed by Trebbiano,
Oh, no.
Yeffy, Bruno, followed by Yeffy.
I'll be in the back.
I'm a little
Bruno,
dagger.
and Trebbiano. Excellent. Left to right as I look at you on my screen. Perfect. So, Indigo, you start heading down back the way you came. You've now been underground in the sewers for a good hour. By the time you reach back where you came down and you see your rope dangling there over the filth, you're back at this Y spot, and the smell is starting to come and go. You realize you're getting used to it, unfortunately. Not every now and then, though, it blasts you in the face and you kind of gag a little. But you're now at the spot where indeed there's a Y, and you can go left or right.
Do we? I want to look at the pathway that I'm on to see if there's any more blood drops.
Give me an intelligence test, please.
Yeah. When I got to level 2, I seriously considered taking the tracking talent, but I didn't.
Alas,
Natural 1.
you don't see anything.
Can I look for? Can I look too?
You could, but right now you're third in line. You could look where you are. Are you want to
so
look like where you're
we're
standing?
still single file, even.
Oh
though
yeah. There's
I
no
see.
room for double file down here. You're on a narrow ledge between you and the filth.
Okay.
This wall on one end, filth on the other. About maybe a foot and a half to 2 feet of ledge that you're standing on.
Scooch up. I'm gonna look too.
Oh, I still no, I don't. Oh,
No, little
What
scooch.
is going on up there?
Scooch. This
I
is
cannot see anything.
Bruno scoots his way towards the front, dangerously, nearly missing, falling into the filth, and finally reaches up to the front where Indigo is.
I'm
Go ahead,
embracing it.
Give me an intelligence test. Yeah.
Ooh, 19. Yeah.
Okay.
19.
You can see as you look. Indigo's holding up the lantern, and you can see right here on the corner there is a footprint, like a definite, clear goblin footprint right on the lip of the ledge, and your eye just draws across, and you think you can see another smudge on the opposite end. It must have leapt. You figure it must have come right up here and then leapt across to the opposite side.
It made an impossible leap, as I've recently determined.
Oh gosh, great. I
It does
will.
have a third leg.
It does have a third. That's a good point. It's probably extra good at leaping.
Yeah.
To avoid the shenanigans from last time, I will hoist up Bruno, just sort of grab him and lift him up, and then wade through the muck to the other side. Lantern in one hand, Bruno in the other.
Embracing it.
Excellent. Excellent.
Suspend it up.
Drop me
filthiest-
whenever. I'm ready.
It is only 2 feet deep here, so you're only in about knee deep of filth as you wade across, or maybe thigh, depending on how tall you are. You wade across to the other side and set Bruno down. Right where Bruno, you see definitely there's a smudge. Clearly, the creature got some of its own blood on its foot and left a little footprint here. And so you got a 19 on your intelligence check.
Yeah.
So it looks from the pattern, you think that it probably turned right here.
Sorry, where relative to where Indigo and I just came up, is there rope? Is that like hanging over the filth just behind us
It's,
now?
it's
Okay,
right here.
okay.
Probably you could have reached out and grabbed it and used it to swing across. Yeah. Yeah, it's right here.
Okay, and now we went to the right.
Great.
So
This is good. This
Indigo,
is our-
Indigo, you think that is part of the channel that leads parallel to the street above, probably further north into town.
Okay.
Up that
We're
way.
coming out of our lowest moment.
Let's
We're
keep
coming
going.
out.
Okay. So Trebbiano and Yeffy make their way across, I will say, having now realized that they could use the rope. They do so to get across to the opposite side.
Amazing.
And you start trudging along. You go for a couple, 100 yards or so. You see some smaller pipes leading in and whatnot, but eventually you come to a spot where on your left there is another one of these Ys, where there's a direction where you can fan off to your left, or you can keep going straight. Of course, the left turn requires no leaping or navigating across the channel,
Going right.
Right.
because you're walking here with the wall on your left.
Oh, I see. Any more blood?
Give me an int check.
Really wish I took tracking. 11.
Well, yes, in fact, you can see a little bit of goblin blood here just wrapping around the corner.
Oh, thank goodness. All right, following the blood.
All right. You continue around the left corner and you go down a long stretch of sewer. Again, you pass various spots where there are smaller and perhaps even big enough to admit a small goblin-sized pipes leading off the walls here and there, dribbling in. But you shudder at the idea of trying to force yourselves down such a channel. So you
Just
you
emerge
press
in
on.
someone's toilet.
You press on.
You seen a goblin?
Yeah.
He's like-
No, all right.
Let's hope today.
Go on.
Oh, I was gonna say, let's hope everybody in Bogenhofen didn't just decide to dump their goblin blood into the sewer today.
Boy, if I had a nickel.
The channel continues along for much longer, many hundreds of yards. You feel like you must be crossing the wide part of the town at this point, and it kind of curves slightly to the left as you go. So your first left turn wasn't a sharp 90-degree turn; it was a little more softer than that, and it's slowly kind of like arcing this long arc. You continue for a while, and eventually you come to another spot where it intersects with another channel. You've now been down here for like a good 3 hours.
Yeah.
You're feeling quite. Yeah.
When we make a turn, like as soon as we make the second turn, I think Indigo has a bit of a worry here, and I want to like scratch into the wall with like the hilt of my knife or something, and like point an arrow backwards so we can retrace our steps to find the rope.
Okay.
Smart.
Great. You do so.
And every time we take a turn, I'll do that. And
Okay.
the turn is.
However, you at this point you're coming to another intersection, but just before it, on your left here, you can see another arc of what appears to be a door on your left, just before this intersection.
Oh.
Is there also a symbol carved on the wall next to it?
Looking at the wall, you do not see that, but you do see a little bit of light coming from the door. You realize that near the top of the door there is a small slit or opening, like a little window peering out, and it looks like a little bit of light, and a little trail of smoke seems to be coming from it. It's up high for you, Bruno. It's like, convenient for a human to look and peer out. What are you doing? Who's in front at this point? Is Indigo back in front, or is Bruno in front?
I guess it's me.
Yeah.
Do I see any other blood here? I don't want to make another blunder. I don't want to interrupt someone else, some other.
Where are you looking for blood on the ground? Are you approaching the door?
Ground, by the door, and also a little bit past the door.
Just to clarify, it was only drops, right? It wasn't like a steady stream.
Correct. There was a spot where you saw a footprint where it looked like it had gotten enough of its own blood on its foot that it left a footprint. But it's just been little dribs and drabs. Nothing like oh god, it's gushing blood or anything. But clearly it was wounded. Indigo, you got a 10?
Yes.
Okay. Indigo, you see, what you do see is another one of those goblin footprints, bloody footprints, right in the middle of the door itself. Up near the top of the door, you can see indeed there is a slot with little metal bars in it at about eye height.
Is the footprint...
Go ahead.
Is the footprint pointed at the door or away from
Toes
the door?
up. It is on the door. It is literally on the middle of the door.
Oh. Ah.
Huh.
Kicked it with his little foot.
Yeah. I guess it tried to climb through this tiny slot? I want to peer through the slot.
You peer at
Oh,
the...
jeez.
Excellent. You peer at the slot, and you can see a little bit of greenish goblin blood stuck to one of the bars. And then the bars are set apart far enough that you're looking at them and you're like, maybe a goblin could fit? You peer in, and you can see it's a little smoky in there. You think that there might be a torch in there that's casting around some flickering shadows, but clearly it's burnt quite low at this point and is emitting more smoke than light. You can definitely see there's some kind of large room in there, but it's hard to make out any detail. Not with the tiny bit of light that the smoldering torch is giving off.
I think this is it. I think the goblin went through here. For real this time.
Wow.
Well,
Well,
you tried the door.
I didn't. I wanted to let you know first.
That's good. That's good. That's good. I like that. That's nice. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna try to open the door.
Excellent.
It's another gang.
but now
It
we've
does
definitely gone to our lowest
appear.
point.
You attempt to open the door, and it does appear to be locked.
Oh, this one's locked too. Why don't people leave their sewer doors unlocked?
Like an
Coming
actual
in
lock?
this way.
Like an actual lock, or is it barred?
Do I see a keyhole?
You not on this side. No, you just see the flat door. Actually, there's not even a handle or ring on this side. You can't really. You think you'd need more light to see what's inside. Maybe if you held a lantern up to the slot, you could see better what's on the inside.
Yeah, I'll peer through.
Okay,
I'll hold
great.
the lantern
You hold up the lantern. You hold the lantern. Some more light spills into the room. You can see a large square stone room. Again, like a cellar of some kind. You can see there appears to be some kind of iron cabinet against the back wall, and some kind of pool of something wet in front of it. You can see some bones littered on the ground, and in the center of the ground, what really catches your eye is what appears to be a large pentagram drawn on the ground.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
You can see clearly. You can see clearly that the door, as you peer down and look down the front, down the inside, you can see that there's a bolt, just a slide bolt that is keeping the door shut from the other side. If somebody could reach their arm down, if they were able to get through, then, or if you had an implement that you could reach down, you might be able to slide it open.
Oh.
But there's no door, there's no lock or anything like that.
Great.
What is it? Is it another gang?
I'll turn back I'll turn back around to the rest of the team. So
Spies?
it is not a gang. I believe it might be a cult.
What?
There's bones, a pentagram, some strange liquid, but some good news. The door is
Eyes.
bolted shut, and I think if I boost Yeffy up, she could probably reach in and unbolt the door from this side.
No, nobody's in there?
I didn't see anybody.
But there is a
Goblins-
pentagram and...
But the
Yeah.
question is, did the goblin get to the bars and he was like, I guess I'll just deal with some cultists today? Or is he, doing some dark magic?
I
The
don't know.
goblin's not doing dark magic.
I mean, I think there's only one way to find out, though, right?
Yeah. Lift me up.
All right. I'll boost
All right.
Yeffy up. so
Indigo
maybe she can
boosts
stick around for
Yeffy
that.
up. Yeffy, you reach your arm in, and because you are a contortionist, I'm not even going to ask for a roll. You're able to reach your arm in and awkwardly grab the bolt and pull it free, and the door swings a little, loosened from its bolted shut state.
Hey, did it.
Great.
I gotta put my socket back in though.
Oh, yeah.
Why are we whispering? What's going on up there?
Because if the goblin's in there, we don't want to let him know we know he's in there. And
It's
there's
a
cultists.
chaos cult, yeah.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
Oh, you know, I
50
think-
gold crowns.
Yeah, I think if we go with Bruno's idea at this point, fuck that. I'm sorry. Screw that goblin. 100 crowns.
100 gold crowns.
Well,
100 gold crowns.
it needs to be alive,
yeah.
right? If
Oh, it
Oh,
does
yeah,
need to be alive.
alive.
At least 50 then.
Yeffy, roll me an intelligence test, please.
Ooh, I rolled a 9.
Okay.
Yeffy whispering
You
is my
definitely,
favorite
as the
thing.
door kind of swung free a little bit, you heard a clattering noise, which you think there was something laying on the ground in front of the door that got pushed a little bit. You don't quite have the angle to see what it was, though.
I'll put Yeffy down and then open the door.
Yeffy.
Oh,
Okay,
wait,
you set
Indigo.
Yeffy back down on the ledge.
What?
Get my dagger out.
Just we all agreed when I fell into the sewer, that was our lowest moment. So this is going to be a step up from that.
I don't know, Bruno. Well, there's only one way to find out.
I like it. Okay, yes,
It
go.
can
Let's
always
go.
get lower.
Yeah, Bruno, we'll do it together. We're going up together.
Going up, what? That
I'll
doesn't make
push
it
my
better.
way through the door.
Okay.
I'll draw my
Thank
sword
you
and then
so
push my way.
Indigo draws his sword, pushes the door open. There's a clatter as a bunch of bones. Indigo, you saw earlier a bone lying over there, but it looks like there was a small pile of bones right up against the door. As you push the door open, they kind of clatter and spill across the room. And you can see one of them is clearly a 3-socketed pelvis. You can see this large pentagram in the center of the room, which seems to have some kind of image of a beast's head in the center, around which is some writing, which I believe you cannot read. in again on the opposite side of the room, there is a iron, some kind of iron or metal cabinet. You can see a dark smudge on the ground in front of it. This dark, wet smudge. You don't see any exits from the room. You can see. As you push the door open, you can see a bunch of black smoke starts to rise up from the center of the pentacle. Weirdly, there's definitely a little bit of haze in here because there is a single torch set into a bracket in the wall, which is smoldering, barely lit anymore, barely letting off any light. Black smoke rises up, and a strange bestial form starts to appear in the center of the pentacle. It has furry, goat-like legs and dark reddish skin and curling horns and big, disgusting fangs.
Where are the summoners?
You and Yeffy will each have to make me a fear test. So please make a willpower saving throw.
Bad at those.
And if you recall, saving throws, and this is just for Indigo and Yeffy at the moment, who are just standing in the doorway looking in at all this. Trebbiano and Bruno are still standing to the side and haven't seen the creature that is appearing. And I'm trying to remember my own rules here. Saving throws are different from skill checks in that you always get to add your level. So
We're still rolling a d20.
you're rolling a d20, adding your willpower modifier as well as your level.
God.
Natural 20.
That's great for you. That's great. I rolled a 4.
Okay, Yeffy, you've failed the save. Here are the effects of failing a fear save. Okay. You will refuse to move towards or attack the fear-causing object unless and until it attacks you. You also suffer a -1 penalty on attack rolls, saving throws, and characteristic tests for 3d4 rounds. 3, 5, for the next 7 rounds. You're under the effects of fear. That is what's going on. Indigo, you've managed to steel yourself against this. I'm going to start with Indigo, and I'm going to go around the circle. Indigo, what are you doing?
I want to start just shoving the goblin bones, out the door, and I want to just get a bunch and then slam the door shut.
Okay. So you start scooping the bones for you. The most obvious one being the 3-socketed pelvis, which makes you feel very confident. So you grab that one. A couple other bones come clattering. You pull those through the doorway. You're not able to pull the door shut as well in the same round. So you scoop some bones out. Yeffy, what are you doing?
Yeffy pees her pants and no one notices.
Excellent. Nope. No one notices that.
She's just... yeah.
Excellent.
Unless Indigo shoves her.
Excellent. He is not so far. Bruno. So you see this reaction from Yeffy. You see Indigo pulling some bones from the ground, but you do see the pelvis come rolling out with its 3 sockets. What do you do?
Well, I got to peek into the room.
You rush
scurry
over there.
around Indigo's legs and I peek into the room. Oh, that's strange.
You
Yeah.
peer into the room. Yeah. Okay, give me a willpower saving throw, please.
And I'm adding my level? Is that right?
Your level and your willpower bonus.
So I got a 13.
That is not a save, so you're under the same effects as I just told Yeffy. Okay, for the next 6 rounds, you're at -1s. You just stand in an abject fear of this horrifying creature. Trebbiano, what are you doing?
Take a peek.
Yeah.
Excellent. It worked for everyone else. You lean in. Indigo
at
sort
that.
of half stepped into the room to pull some of the bones, and you lean in. All right, give me your willpower saving throw.
Nah, dude, I'm fearless.
You're fearless. You're fine.
Wow.
So
Wow.
you peer in and you see this creature erupting in smoke, What do
really
you
don't
what do
see
you
that
do?
every day at all.
No.
Oh, calm down. It is just another blasphemer. We're going to be fine. I look at Indigo. What's wrong with him?
Excellent.
It's just a thing.
The creature
do I get
turns
another action or?
Yeah. Do you want to do something? What do you want to do?
Just smack it with. Wait, hold on. I think maybe I won't do anything for now.
Okay.
Forgot how many wounds I had. Somehow.
Excellent. The creature
Go, get it, Indigo.
faces you. Smoke curls out of its mouth as its mouth opens up, and you can see horrible sharpened incisors and a horrible like pig-like nose and strange goat horns, and you can see waving behind it a strange spiky-looking tail. It stands there in the center with the smoke billowing around it, and it looks at you and it says, "Leave this place, or I will rip off your face and drink your blood." Indigo, what do you do?
I'm just gonna take these bones and then I'll get out of here. And I want to like just
you've
shove them haphazardly in my bag and then slam the door shut.
Okay, you pulled several of the bones out onto the ledge. You're maybe still holding the pelvis there in your hand, trying to like get it into your bag, but more importantly, grabbing the door and yanking it shut. Yeffy, what do you do?
I didn't steal anything of yours. I don't have anything that you own or want or need or anything, and I'm just gonna edge away from
You start backing.
Yeah.
Backing away, Bruno.
Make myself as small as possible. Just I'm as small.
I think Bruno also pees his pants, but nobody notices.
Excellent. Anything else?
Otherwise, I stand completely just frozen in fear.
Excellent. Trebbiano.
He said he shut the door, right?
He's pulling the door shut now. If you wanted to like prevent him from doing that or push your way in or anything like that, this is your chance.
That's fine. I'm good.
Oh, you're good. Okay, Trebbiano yanks the door
I'm
shut.
gonna pull my little tiny buddies out of the way so that Indigo
Excellent. Yeah. So the dwarf and the you kind of pull the dwarf and the halfling back a little bit. They're all kind of shrinking away. Bones are clattering out of the room. A couple fall into the channel of filth. Trebbiano slams the door thuds shut. He turns to you, Trebbiano. Sorry, Indigo pulls the door shut, turns to you, Trebbiano, holding still the pelvis in his hand, gasping, looking at you, kind of wide-eyed. And that's where we'll end for tonight.
Nice.
Excellent.
That was
excellent.
scary.
Excellent. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us tonight. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as we did. And I hope you all have a good night. Farewell, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.